Year we talk about your passing game and how tough that passing game is, but all of a sudden you've come up with a running game.
Well, we've never been able to rely on the run like we have this year, and it's been nice because we have an outstanding quarterback in Mike Connor, and Mike doesn't have to carry the load, so we've got some good kids.
And of course, when you have that balance, that makes your passing game go. So tonight it could be pass, could be run.
Well, that's always been our idea, to try to blend things.
And keep them going.
Yeah.
Scotty, tonight you got Montgomery coming in, and you try to put it down on paper, but you really can't put a game like this down on paper.
No, you can't put this game on paper because of what it means to the communities, what it means to both schools, the players, everything. It's just it's a nice game to be able to play.
A lot of times big games like this are at the end of the season. Of course, you have a big one at the end of the season to make up for it, but most of them at the beginning of the season. Is it tough preparing for the fourth game of the season and going into a big one like this against a rival?
No, not really, because we know what we have coming down the road. We have Montoursville next week, and then we have South and Wellsboro and Loyalsock and Useville at the end. So, we just have to be ready to play in big games. Oh, yeah, and of course, like we said, tonight's going to be a big one. Scotty, what's the keys tonight? What do the Indians have to do to be in this ballgame? We have to be able to balance our offense. We have to be able to balance their offense and I think limit their ability to run the ball. Mm-hmm. And if we can do that, I think we have a chance.
Scotty, you of course, Scotty was a quarterback in college, right? Coached the backfield, the quarterbacks over at Lycoming College for years, all right? And you come here and you've always produced good quarterbacks. Is the running game different to you?
No. I think it goes back to Walt Deal when I was in high school. The idea of trying to balance the offense, what we tried to do when we were at Lycoming. Okay, you try to balance the offense, and it's just something I enjoy teaching, and our kids enjoy it.
Yeah. Jim Renninger, of course, has some balance on his side of the ball, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't just try to shut the running game down because you've got Kibbe you've got to deal with, and those receivers, Ward and, Seagraves, and they're a very good football team.
In other words, Scotty, it's going to be a good one.
Exactly.
Scotty, thanks for joining me on the pregame show, and good luck tonight, and good luck the remainder of the season. We'll be back with more of the pregame show right after these messages.
He's handed bronze and placed on the trophy to be given to the school that won the rival football game every year. Montgomery has it now. Muncy wants it back, and the Indians come out of the field. And if we're ready, let's set our starting lineups for this football game here tonight. The Pepsi, Subway, Dunkin' Donut starting lineups of this game. This is our fifth football game of the year in weekend number 4. Here's a look at the Red Raiders on offense to start this ball game. Up front, Andy Beckler will be the center. Buck DeLello, the guards, and Miller and Newford are the tackles, the offensive line for the Red Raiders, protecting the QB. And we expect Shane Kibbe to throw it a lot tonight. Kibbe, a junior, number 8. His brother, I believe, Mike Kibbe, a senior, number 39. I assume that's his brother. Eric Seagraves, the tailback. Travis Ward has got 19 passes to split in. Josh Quimby, the slot back. The rest of the gang there, and of course Miller, the tight end. Defensively for Montgomery up front, defensive ends are Hammond, Fullerton, Hands, and Kibbe. And there's Eric Miller we'll also see up front in this game tonight. Linebackers in secondary, Quimby, DeLello. The corners are Hall and Seagraves. Ward and Hanford are the safeties for the Red Raiders of Montgomery as we set the lineups right there. Did you get the word? Kibbe's our brothers. I thought they were. We don't want to see. We were at Loyalsock last week, and we were saying, well, Eck and Eck. No, they're not even related. And the linebackers for the Sock Lancers. All right, let's take a look at the Muncy Indians up front. Matt Brown at one end, Sander the other, Yeagle, and of course, we'll talk about that later.
That's good.
The tight end is Nate Messner. Camacho, the split end. Clementoni leads them in receptions, the flanker. There's Connor, Maurer, and Neerhoof. And I'll tell you what, they've got an outstanding football team. No doubt, this is a football team that, to say the least, coming in, they feel this is their year, but the question is just how good has their competition been to start this football season?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it. This is Muncy's biggest game by far. We're not sure about Montgomery because they went up and played a team out of New York State. Now, it was a Quad A team, but in New York State they have different classifications than they do here in Pennsylvania. Now, Quad A certainly is bigger than Single A. We know that, but I'm not sure what classification that is. But that could have well been a decent club to play against. For Muncy, this is their toughest opponent thus far this year.
Here comes John Rischel kicking it off. Deep back, John Hall, number 43, one side, and Eric Seagraves, the tailback, the other. It's going to come back to Seagraves at the 15. Back to the 20. Has a seam to the 30 and slipped and fell. Back to the 34-yard line. Good return, and may have had more for Seagraves. Slipped on the turf. They'll set up first down and 10.
Good explosion into the hole by Seagraves. He got the ball, looked, found the opening. As soon as he saw that hole, exploded up into it, brings the ball out to almost the 35-yard line where Montgomery will put it into play.
Shane Kibbe, the QB, comes in here hitting over 50% of his passes for 546 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's been picked off 5 times. 2-1 record for the Raiders. They like to put it up. You've got Ward on one side. Seagraves off that left-hand side over the 35 and out to about the 37-yard line to start this football game. Red Raiders feel they've got to establish some kind of a running game in this football game here tonight. Aaron Sander comes over to make that tackle, number 70, defensive end on the right-hand side, and Jared Maurer, the inside linebacker, number 40.
Jim Redinger has gone to the pass this year. Generally, he has a 5 yards cloud of dust coach. That's what he did last year to get him into the playoffs and go to the final, only to lose to Southern Columbia.
Jason Burrows, 24, is into the game. They're looking for him. He'll come back for the ball and incomplete. 5'10", 160 senior came off the bench, comes at it wide out. They met it in. I'll tell you what, 2 slips already for Montgomery, so the turf might be a little slipperier than you would think for some reason.
You know, the type of day it was today where it's warm and then it gets cool very quick at night, oftentimes you see that happen on a grassy field, particularly when the grass is cut short like it is out here. But the sun just went down. I don't think it really has a time to have that moisture factor that's going to cause you to slip.
John Hall comes wide to the near side, backs with a man down in Muncy's red zone, and then coughing it up on downs. And now they'll get it back again. Mike Connor kicks it back.
Mike Connor will stand right on his goal line. He's going to have to get it off.
Ward and Seagraves are deep. Seagraves looks at it at the 45. Seagraves, a flag is down at the 45, 40, 35. Seagraves to the corner. Seagraves down the sideline. Seagraves will get into the end zone and get close to scoring. However, a couple of flags and a very obvious, and a flag is thrown down there in the end zone, but babe, down here.
Yeah.
Huge penalty down here. See if our replay picks it up. Take a look at it.
This is a nice punt by Connor. Good hang time, gets good coverage, good block thrown right here by number 12. Let's look for there it is. Oh boy, that wasn't a good. There it is, right there. They got the clip when he made the break going upfield. Really? Now that's one penalty. The other one in the end zone is a dead ball penalty, so that could likely be a double foul against Montgomery, which could move the ball back as much as 20 to 30 yards.
Mike, you want to take a look at that again? If we get a chance to cue it up again, Fairfield replay, and take another look as see if we can see that first and see did he get inside the shoulder or not on the first blocker from Muncy after.
The first blocker, Travis Ward, is going to make a good block. Right, that right there. No, that's what they called it on. Boy, I'll tell you, I thought that was a decent block.
Flag came out. It was
upfield,
close.
though, there's definitely a clip that takes place upfield. So that's an all right call. The big question is, what was the call down in the end zone?
And Seagraves carried it all the way back to get near that goal line, but then I don't know if there was a celebration or something at the tail end of the play, and there could have been. But I'm telling you, it's really coming back down here.
Against the Raiders.
Yep, you're right. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, so that's going to take that ball back almost 30 yards.
And that takes a huge play away. The Indians have dodged 2 bullets already in the game.
Now, I said that was a good hit. It was a good hit, but I didn't realize he hooked the man and held him, and the call was not clipping. It was
after the hit. He was on the ground after the hit, some contact made, and they got the hold there. Shane Kibbe brings them out, the Red Raiders. Back to pass, strong rush, dump over the middle, and a big hit on Travis Ward.
Number 12, Travis Ward, met immediately by.
And there's a flag coming out.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting against Muncy. That's 15 yards back in the other direction. Muncy can't afford to let that happen. That was a good play.
No doubt. Jared Maurer made that big smack. Let's take a look at it again.
Fairfield replay right there. Great hit by Maurer, but he taunts the man right there.
And
you can't do that. That's a 15-yarder.
No doubt. You've got to keep the emotions together in a game this big. No love lost between these teams.
The bad part about it was that was a great play by Maurer. What are they doing
now the Red Raider fans, the referees.
Mike was against the Red Raiders.
No, they're coming back. That's wrong.
That's wrong. Going the other way. You guys make up your minds out there.
Well, I'll tell you, the referees are really on them. The Red Raider fans were going, wait a minute, guys. That was a taunt against Muncy. And referees early in the game, they get caught up in the emotion of it. They start walking it off the wrong way. And you heard Muncy screaming and Montgomery being upset. And now they get it back where it should be at the 41-yard line.
Well, you see everybody running around here with T-shirts on M&M, the Muncy-Montgomery game, the M&M game. It's going to get two teams confused a little bit. The officials did a good job. They straightened it out. Now that's going to make it 1st and 10 from the 41. Big mistake for Muncy. They're
playing for the old shoe, babe. That's what it's all about. 22-18, Muncy leads the series. Fullback has it. Kibbe over the 40 and out maybe to the 42. A gain of about yards. 2nd down and about 9. As Jared Maurer, who got that taunt, comes back in the ball game.
Aaron Sander with a good tackle, number 70. Comes off his defensive tackle position with a good hit. Number 26 also in there with him was Jeremy Gray.
Backyard brawl here in Muncy. Stanley Schuyler Memorial Football Stadium. 2nd down, 9. Back to pass, Kibbe. Out of the pocket, lets it run, puts it up, incomplete. Good job by Kibbe, and I'll tell you what, pressure is put on out here as Josh Quimby was picking up his man out here, and I tell you what, some pressure put on by Muncy Indians. Aaron Sander was one man, number 70, that had the heat on down at the other end.
Matt Brown, number 12, was the other man, the defensive end from the far side. A lot of pressure, forced the pass. They're the type you throw up and they get intercepted. Kibbe's going to have to get better timing. He wants to throw that ball a little bit harder, get it out of bounds.
Did a good job putting some touch on that with people in their face. The blitz is on. Kibbe eludes the rush, guns it down the middle, intercepted. Coming back with the football is Connor. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40. Connor at the 30. Connor is tripped up at the 20 and down to the 18. A touchdown-saving tackle across the way is made, and it's made by Eric Seagraves, or Mike Connor would have scored on that interception run back. What a run back from Mike Connor.
Mike Kibbe with a good stop on the far side. I thought he may go. Here it is. Good pressure again.
Stepped out of bounds around the 24.
Brown in tight on him. He just unloads the ball downfield. Didn't get enough on it. He needed to get some air underneath that. Look at a good job here coming across. Good job by Kibbe, the fullback, of knocking him out of bounds.
46-yard return for Mike Connor. And now the Indians are in good position inside the 20 to about, let's see where they're going to put it down. They're down to inside the 25 at about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Connor on 1st down. Nothing doing. Smack. Nearhop gets nailed. The tailback is hit and knocked down. Coming off that pile right up front. I'll tell you, the Montgomery Red Raider defense, Newfer, DeLullo, and company are out there. And we also see the likes of Nick Fullert, the defensive end, number 7.
Number 43, John Hall, I think, is the man that had that stick.
John Hall on the tackle. Gives the Indians a loss of 1, brings up 2, brings up 2nd and 12 from the 26.
Muncy coming out. Chris Knight into the ball game for Muncy.
I think Muncy has 12 men in the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm sorry, they only have 11. Okay.
They've got Clementoni flanked to the left. They brought in Knight into the ball game, number 5, Craig Knight. Clementoni in motion right. Connor pumps out of the backfield. Nearhop has the football inside the 20 and down to about the 18.
21,
Josh Quimby makes the tackle, number 21.
Going to be about a 5-yard gain. Bring up a 3rd down at about 5, but you're in 4-down territory. You don't have to get it all on one shot.
3:09 left in the first. Fairfield Auto Group Game of the Week on cable sports in our 15th season. Camacho to the left, Clementoni to the right. Split backs. Connor. Clementoni eludes one, cuts inside the 15 and down near the 10-yard line.
First down.
Good move by Clementoni. I'm not sure he had the first down on the catch. He was close. Definitely with that good move is going to pick up the first down. They're going to be just outside the 10-yard line, so they can actually get a first down, Gary.
Yeah, they've got a first down at about the 11-yard line. Nearhoof in the backfield, along with Maurer. Mike Connor set it up with an interception. Connor, that's Maurer rather. Powers inside the 10, dives to about the 7-yard line.
Takes the ball down around
Quimby
the
and company getting off that pile, helping out.
Picks up about
Tom
3.
Ham, number 83, had the first hit in the backfield. Got him from the side. He's going to fall forward for about 3. Going to bring up a second down and about 7 for the first down, 8 for the touchdown.
Tailback near hoof. Camacho to the left side. Clementoni to the left. Connor's going to pitch right near Huff for the goal line. Near Huff gets near the end zone.
Close to the goal line.
He's down to near the 1 or 2. From this vantage point, he's awfully close. We'll take a quick Cable Sports tape timeout as they measure. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Field in Montoursville. 3rd down, 1 at the 2. Indians with the football. Connor tries to go himself and does, I don't know, it's going to be awfully close to see if he got there.
That's going to be real close. Going to depend on the spot. It's one of those right foot, left foot type spots. He didn't really go a lot. He backed up, tried to find that pocket to go to. There was nothing there. Jumped back down on the ball. I frankly don't think he got it, but I got to see. They're going to have to measure.
Matt Newfer, 73. Nick Fuller to number 7. A couple of people made that initial hit. And you see how close it is right there, Babe Bear.
It's 4th down.
Fourth down and less than a yard for a 1st and goal at the 2. Connor brings him out. Maurer, fullback. See how close. Did he get in or not? Very close.
I don't think he got in, but I think he got the first down.
Red Raiders held him out of the end zone. Josh Quimby, the linebacker at 5'11", 175, on that left side came over to make that hit. And the officials are now going to measure to see if he has the 1st and goal, which would be at the 1-yard line, as Indians try to get up here. As a 46-yard interception return by Mike Connor.
The Montgomery players didn't realize he could get a first down. He didn't get into the end zone, but I thought he got the first down.
Connor's interception, the pick on a Kibbe pass, set them up to put him down here for the Red Raiders. And the Red Raiders have held. Did not get it, and the Red Raiders hold on that. And that, Babe, that was a 4th and in less than a yard play, and it's a great hit on the left side. Josh Quimby, one of the key people making that stop.
That was a great defense. Now we've seen 2 good defensive stances at both ends of the field. Montgomery took the opening kickoff, drove almost the length of the field. Muncy with a big stop. Muncy in the interception takes it down. Montgomery with a big stop. That's the type of ball game this is.
No doubt. Now we're going to see if they can get some, I'm sure they want to get a little breathing room down there.
Remember what I told you to begin the game. Key to the game, which team can make a big play on defense.
Kibbe straight ahead with the football. Trying to get a little bit of yards out to about the 3 or 4 yard line. Couple of yards on the play brings up about 2nd down and about 8. 37 seconds remain in this first quarter. This Cable Sports Game of the Week brought to you by the Fairfield Auto Group and also brought to you in part by Pepsi, the joy of Pepsi, and the great pure taste of Aquafina. Purity guaranteed, America's #1 selling bottled water.
Good opening safe play, Gary. Got him about 3 yards. Going to be 2nd at about 7, maybe 8, but it's tough to call plays when you have your back up against the goal line.
Trying to get something going, a little bit more room out to near the 5-yard line. And again, Muncy defensively trying to prevent them and try to force a turnover if they can up in close. Kibbe, Seagraves, company out there. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Fairfield Game of the Week. Let's take a Subway timeout. In the last year, they've got 8 new subs, 4 new sauces, 4 new rolls. You can't beat it at Subway. No score from Muncy.
Between a race truck and a road truck.
Shane Kibbe and the Montgomery Red Raiders. No score after 1. We've had 2 stands on 4th down by both defenses. And now Kibbe is a 2nd down and long. At about the 4-yard line. They put a man in motion. Kibbe hands that ball off to his brother Mike, the fullback, who is going to try to lean over the 5 out to about the 6-yard line. Brings up 3rd down in a passing situation. But right now, I'm sure his coach, Jim Renninger, is going to say, don't make any mistake down. It will be 4th down. It will be 4th down. And now you're going to have to punt the football away.
I did that. Now, Muncy has to get good cover here. Or Montgomery, excuse me, got to get good cover here, or Muncy's going to end up with tremendous field position. Return men standing on the 50.
Bunting the football away and didn't hit it well.
Takes a Montgomery roll.
Will take a roll inside the 35 and down to the 38-yard line. And
Indians will take over.
Indians have great field position. They were stopped on fourth down the last time. Their defense came after a 32-yard punt. And they'll set up first down and 10. Great field position for Mike Connor. Senior QBs put up good numbers, 29 of 51 coming in. No interceptions by Connor this season in 3 games for 427 yards, 7 touchdown passes, and 57% completion rate coming in. The leading receiver has been Todd Clementoni with 10 grabs, 4 for touchdowns. Keep an eye on him. He's the flanker to the right side. Camacho is wide right. Rolling that way. Connor back to pass. Lets it go. Clementoni got popped at the 20-yard line, and Eric Seagraves, the footsteps coming. And Clementoni, you get the feeling, might have been able to dive out and reach for that, and the defender was coming up in a position to perhaps make the... Was the defender making... He was covering the man.
That was going to be Connor's first interception. There's a collision between Seagraves and Clementoni. Good pressure coming up the middle. Forces the pass. Wow. Seagraves had the interceptions. Clementoni, him in a collision. The ball pops free and goes down to the ground.
I'm not so
Connor
sure.
dodges the bullet.
I'm not so sure Eric Seagraves saw that ball coming. He was watching, keeping an eye on the receiver going out there, and that ball could have been picked off. Second down, 10. No score in the game. Play action. Connor on the run. Guns it. The catch is made. Inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Craig Knight, 6'1", 172, and only a sophomore, makes a big grab. And a first and 10 for the Indians with 11:03 till halftime at our Pickler Fuel Company halftime show. And Babe Mayer has hit the who is he, where is he now answer. Babe, here we go.
All right, here it is. Let's look at a Fairfield replay. Flood pattern as a man deep, man in the middle, man underneath. Got it to the man in the middle. Good first down pickup.
On first and 10, Maurer fullback, Neerhoof is the tailback. There's Brock Neerhoff.
Off the right side, showing his feet.
Inside the 20 and down to near the 19.
From behind.
He's been a tough ball carry for this team the last couple of years. Josh Quimby comes over to make that tackle, the linebacker on the left-hand side. Brings up second down as the Indians try to put one in the end zone. They're undefeated. Montgomery 2-1. Their loss came to a quad 8 team in New York State last week.
Good lead block here by number 40 for Montgomery. He was the fullback. Jared Muir came up and a nice isolation block. Took out the linebacker. Neerhoff took the ball downfield.
Second down and about 3. There's Maurer.
Straight up the middle.
Maurer down to near the 15-yard line, maybe shy of a first down. We'll see where they put him down.
I think he's got to get the first down.
Brought down in there by number 50.
Will it be close enough or not?
You're right. They spotted that back a little bit more than I thought they were. He had to get to the 15, but it looked like the nose of the football maybe back off a little bit, so that's going to bring up a third down.
Third down and less than a yard for the first down. So they're in 4-down country are the Indians. Camacho to the left side. Nate Messner is their tight end. And Craig Knight back in the game, number 5, who made that grab a moment ago. Connor, Neerhoff, big hole, left side, run into the corner. He's in the 10, touchdown inside the 5, dives to the end zone. Near the goal line, he's down to about the 1-yard line. From our vantage point here, looked very close to getting in. See how close it will be.
That was a good run by Neerhoff. Let's look at a Fairfield replay. Now watch him bounce this to the outside. Takes a bounce right there, steps in, bounces to the outside, uses his blocker to the outside. Camacho takes it down to what looks to be inside the 1, so they got inches to go. This time first down.
Neerhoff has 500 yards in the ground and 6 touchdowns. One's his 7th here. First and goal at the 1. Indians. Neerhoff, right side, goal line, touchdown. Brock Neerhoff, 7th touchdown of the year. And the Indians go up first for the Old Shoe Trophy, 6-0.
58 remaining in the first half.
Good touchdown run, good line surge by the offensive line of Muncy. Pushes the ball into the end zone, and Montgomery right now has to regroup because they've been playing with their back up against the wall almost for about the last 5 minutes of this ball game. Just a little dive up the middle. Good line surge by the offensive line, opens it up, and he walks into the end zone with not much trouble. So with 8:58 to go, finally, one of these teams gets into the end zone after both being able to move the ball.
And John Rischel, number 32, tries to make it 7 for the Indians. Snap is back. Kick is no good to the left. We've seen a lot of misses in high school football and college games this year on cable sports.
8:58 remaining.
A 38-yard drive took 2:21 of the clock of the Indians strike first for the Old Shoe Trophy. Let's take a Subway timeout. 7 subs under 6 grams of fat at Subway. The Fairfield Auto Group Game of the Week. Gary Chrisman and Babe Mayer, cable sports. Next week, Lyco and Widener. The showdown, one of the top premier games in all of Division III college football. We'll have it for you next Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 here on SCN Channel 2. Indians lead first, 6-0. Rischel kicks it away, kicks it short. Taken at Fullerton at the 40 and dives to the 44-yard line. And the tackle is made by Matt Brown, number 12, who plays defensive end for this football team. They've set up first down and 10.
Going to be good field position down on the sideline, Gary. I see the trainer taking a look at Clementoni. Remember, he's the one that had the collision with Seagraves a little earlier where they both went helmet to helmet. The trainer right now is trying to track his eyes to see if he may have some problem with his eye track. And if he does, that usually means he's done for the night because they're going to be thinking concussion.
Yeah, Stacy Cordell, AD and trainer doing double duty here tonight. Handoff given inside the 45 to about the 46-yard line, Eric Seagraves. And thanking Stacy and everybody here at Muncy High School for all their hospitality getting set to do the football game.
You can see the momentum shifted to the other side of the field. Muncy right now has everything going for them. Their momentum's up, their enthusiasm's up, they're coming off the ball well. Montgomery needs to do something to get that momentum back on their side.
Red Raiders going to bring John Hall back into the game. He lines up at wideout. Kibbe guns it for Hall. He makes the grab inside the 40, carrying people with him down to the 34-yard line. Wow. That tackle is going to be made, and it will be pulled down out there by Colby Way. Comes over to make that tackle, number 83, the outside linebacker, at 6'6", 197 pounds, pulled him down.
Shane Kibbe just threaded the needle. That was a slant pattern from the outside man. And man, they had an out pattern going from the inside man. I thought the inside man was the guy who was open. He threaded the needle, hit the man in the slant, ball's inside the 35.
Down by 6. Kibbe. Pitch left, Seagraves. Stringing it out. Good defensive play and flags coming out. And the defense made by Matt Brown was back in that end zone. Eric Stahl was closing on the play, but give Matt Brown the credit there. 6'1", 172, a senior. Number 12 on that right side, coming over to make the play.
It's going to be an interesting call. I think it's going to be a hold. It will be. It'll be a hold that's going to go against Montgomery. I thought by the way the flag was thrown it was going to be a hold, but then it was also came such a long way. I thought maybe somebody may have caught a face mask, but it will not. It will be the hold, and that's going to hurt because that's going to take it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which was just about the line of scrimmage.
This is just about a perfect night for football for homecoming here at Muncy. The Indian Fest was this afternoon. A lot of people came out, big festival. Homecoming dance after the football game, and the Red Raiders coming in. They own the Old Shoe now. They won a year ago, and they're hoping to try to take it back to Montgomery, but the Indians won it back here. This is the 40th anniversary of the legend, the Old Shoe legend, playing for the Old Shoe Trophy.
Second down, and about 21 yards to go for the first down.
Back to pass, stepping up, Kibbe. On the run, it's going to be pulled down. And great pursuit by Aaron Sander, number 70, the defensive end on that right-hand side, came over and made a great play and got in that backfield.
Aaron Sander will make the tackle. Also another flag down. We'll see how they sort this one out. This one here may go against Muncy. I see the Muncy players backing up. Could be a face mask.
1 year ago, it was a 10-point lead by this ball club. Here's another look, babe.
Here it is. You know what it is? It's a piling on. They're going to get a piling on against Muncy. That's going to take the ball back 15 yards. That negates the holding call. And now you're going to be looking at a third down and about 5. Montgomery's back in business.
Red Raiders down by 6 in the football game.
And 6.
Fairfield for fair deals. We mentioned the 4 deals. 0% interest for 60 months. Unheard of. It's on right now. Just happened and came in on Friday from Fairfield. Get in there, take advantage of it from Ford. Back to pass, Kibbe. Lets it go. He's got a man out there. The interception is no, and it's dropped out of bounds. Did he have possession? It's going to be incomplete. Zeke Hessler, the cornerback, number 30, nearly made a sensational catch and just could not hang on. Let's take another Fairfield replay look at that play.
I thought maybe this may have been intercepted and fumbled. Let's take another look here. Kibbe just doesn't quite get enough air under. Has the man there? No, it wasn't. No possession. That was a good call by the official. 4th down, looking at about 6 yards to go for the first down, and Muncy playing some great defense with their backs up against the wall. This is the second time that Montgomery's put together a drive and gotten into territory. Right now they're on the 30-yard line, not in as close as they were before, but still Muncy with a good job of denying.
Back to pass, stepping up, Kibbe. Lets it go, got a man down there, the catch is made. Inside the 10 and down to the 5-yard line, Eric Stahl makes the grab. Number 28, Eric Stahl, and that is a tremendous effort in traffic by Kibbe when he was about ready to take the sack.
We got to see a replay here. I don't know how Kibbe got his feet underneath him to get that throw off. He drilled that ball in there, and he was on his way down. Here it is. Let's take a look at a Fairfield replay. Now watch this. Good pressure. Kibbe sets. Nobody there. Takes off. A guy, he's on his way down. Just gets enough on the ball. Finds a receiver wide open. The ball's inside the 10. Looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Eric Stahl, the reception, and a big one there. 1st and goal, 9-yard line. In this football game, Kibbe is 4 of 9 for 52 yards. We'll double check that. He's now 5 receptions out of 10. And Eric Stahl made that great grab, but I'll tell you what, they have a lot of depth in this team. You know, they bring up their backup receivers. That time they had Stahl and Hall in the ball game, 43 and 28 respectively. And a tremendous scramble and effort going down. He hits the man for the first down all the way down to the 9. Now they're backed up 5 yards, 1st and goal at the 14-yard line. You don't need a clock penalty, or you don't need a legal procedure, and they just got a penalty there. Back to pass Kibbe for the end zone. Quimby, the catch near the goal line. It'll put them a 1st and goal down near the 1 or 2. We'll see where they put it down as Josh Quimby has his 8th catch of the year.
Good timing pattern. Does a good job of getting the ball to the area. When you're throwing that timing pattern, you got to know where the receiver's going to be. You get the ball to that area, because when the receiver turns, the defender turns. If the ball's in the air, the defender doesn't have a chance to react. If the ball is not in the air, the defender's there for the interception. That was an excellent play right there.
Kibbe is 6'1", 180. He's a junior. And out time called by the Raiders. Jim Renninger will take a 30-second timeout. He doesn't want any mistakes here. 30-second timeout. Subway, 7 subs under 6 grams of fat. And remember, the new honey mustard turkey with cucumbers, only 4 grams at Subway. 6-0 Muncy, Montgomery on the move.
Muncy cheerleaders.
If this is your babysitter's idea of childcare, you should
go 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. This should be 1st and goal, shouldn't it? Let's look and see.
No, 2nd and goal. Full house backfield.
The knee went down before the handoff. They tried to put the football in Eric Stahl's hands, and before that, the knee went down. There's another slip we've seen tonight. Trying to pull out from under center is Kibbe, and yeah, that was 2nd and goal at the 1. It's now 3rd and goal. He lost 2, back to the 3. Tough play there.
That was a bad play right there. Big plays on defense. Muncy has one right here.
Full house backfield. Stahl goes up, tries to get in the end zone, and Muncy denies him. Indians getting off that pile, coming over there.
4th and goal.
Picked up about 1, so it's going to be 4th and 2. And so far, both of these teams have just been stellar when they have their backs up against the goal line.
Justin Hanford was the ball carrier that last time. We should have said number 28. Hanford carried that football the last time, number 28.
Timeout.
Timeout. Why don't we keep it right here? We're going to remind you there's a whole lot going on. We mentioned at Subway. Subway has not only the 7 subs under 6 grams of fat, the 8 new subs, all the sauces and sandwiches, and a whole lot more, but they've got some great deals at a Subway near you in central Pennsylvania.
Both coaches out talking to their teams.
Justin Hanford, and I said Stahl by mistake, who is 28 on the other side, who made the great play a little while ago. And it was Justin Hanford who made that play. On 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. Fullback Gibby, touchdown. Gibby gets in the end zone. Touchdown. And it's a 6-6 ball game. What a game this is. We also got to give Justin Hanford the credit on that catch down here.
Yeah.
Got him mixed up on the numbers, and first time seeing these ball clubs. We've got 28 both playing in both sides, and here's another look.
Here's a Fairfield replay. Got a man in motion. He turns as a lead blocker. Takes Seagraves into the end zone. Good call by Montgomery. Had a split end to the far side that had to be respected. That helped to set up that play.
Tap down, up.
Kick is up, kick is good. Kick by Seth McQuay. We'll take a timeout, 4:59 left till halftime. Montgomery 7, Muncy 6. Let's take a Subway timeout. Don't go away. 5, Connor the QB. On first down, trailing by 1. Neerhoff, great spin to the 30, and a good run, nearly 7 yards, maybe 8, all the way out to the 34-yard line. Eric Seagraves makes the tackle, and a good first down run.
Yeah, nice first down run. He took the ball off tackle to the right, saw the alley forming to the left. Nice cutback, picked him up about 5 more yards, so second down and about 3 for Muncy. Muncy down 7-6, but they've really played well in this ball game, as has Montgomery. I'm really impressed with both these teams.
No doubt. 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Neerhoff on that left side. He's going to be pounced on by the Red Raider defense. Coming over to make that tackle, number 73, Matt Newford. 5'11", 235, and Newford's a big guy to bring you down off that left side. And the Indians have a first down. All the way up to the 30, nearly to the 35-yard line.
Now, still plenty of time left. 4:04, about 4 minutes. Clock's running, but plenty of time to put together a drive here. If you mix the pass and run, you can pick up some yardage. Plenty of time to get to the end zone.
Connor looks over the defense of the Red Raiders. Play action, backside pressure. The dump, drop, incomplete. Jared Maurer, the fullback, was all alone.
Wow.
He needed Josh also coming up to help out in that play. Montgomery is going to try to get some pursuit. Andy DeLello was the first guy anywhere near him, but he had some room to run.
Good play action pass. Fake to the fullback. Shot the fullback out into the flat. Quarterback dumped it to him. If he would have turned upfield, he had blockers. That could have been a real big play.
Second down, 10. Coming out of the eye. Connor dropped the snap. Still picks it up. Still has a man there. The catch, is it made or not? Referee, I believe, says a good catch. Laying down on the ground. The catch is made. Nate Messner, the tight end, 6'2", 178. Laying down the ground, made the grab, and a 1st and 10. Muncy Indians. Here's another look.
Well, here it is. Fairfield replay. He just throws that ball out there for grabs. I thought it was incomplete. I thought it hit the ground, but the officials said no. Everybody came running in, marked the ball.
Big play, and again, you saw Kibbe with pressure on. That time, Connor did a great job getting it away and getting some touch with pressure on. Here's a flip, Neerhoff over the 50 to the sidelines and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Andy DeLello comes over along with Eric Seagraves to make that pop. It'll bring up second down. Indians down by 1, 7-6, the point after missed. But I tell you, we've seen a couple of stands on 4th down. We've seen great defense. We've seen just about everything in this game already.
Now, Muncy's going to need a big play. 2:50 to go here in the quarter. They still have timeouts left. I don't know how many, though.
Craig Knight, your flanker now. Back to pass. Incomplete. Messner couldn't get to it that time. Coverage down there. Coverage is put up that time by John Hall, the corner on that right-hand side. It brings up third down at about 8. Nice. So now you've got 2:37 until halftime.
That pass is a tough pass to throw because you've got to throw across your body to a man that's going sideways across the field. It has to almost be a perfect touch pass in order for that to be completed. That time got a little bit too much air underneath it. 3rd and 8.
3rd down, 8. Connor, big play here against the Red Raider defense. Back to pass, they're coming, dumps it over the middle. The catch by Messner is made. The ball comes out incomplete. Had it in his grasp, was tripped up in the secondary. The hit was made that time by number 12, Travis Ward, who made that hit in the backfield in the defensive secondary. And the ball pops out. Messner nearly had it. That was almost a completion and a fumble. And now you look at 4th down and 8, 48-yard line.
2 drops for Muncy that could have been big plays. That would have been a first down. Ward did make the hit, but I think the ball was being bobbled before Ward got there.
Connor's going to punt it back to the Red Raiders, try to pin them back. Seagraves is deep along with Travis Ward.
Connor.
Strong rush, just got it away. Off the side of the foot. No flag came down, and Scott McLean's beside himself on the sideline that he did not get a roughing the kicker on that play. And you can hear the Indian fans right below us. Only a 22-yard punt. And if we get a chance, we could look at that again with a Fairfield replay. I don't know. They're saying the rush is there. They say they may not be able to really get a good look. Here it is.
All right, now here's the rush. High snap. Players collide. You're not going to see it, but they do bump into the punter. You know, that's really a strange interpretation of that call, because I see that go both ways. That time it was, now I've seen guys blocked him, but that wasn't blocked in. That was 2 players from the same team going in, and to be honest with you, I thought that should have been a roughing.
There's a little counter give. Seagraves had the football out to about the 35, 34-yard line. Clock ticking, 2:10 left in this football game. So we've seen some gutsy play out of both quarterbacks in this football game. Kibbe with heat on, Connor with heat on.
I think Montgomery right now is going to be a little conservative. Under 2 minutes to go, they have the lead. They'd like to take it into the locker room.
2nd and 5. Seagraves off the right side. Gets popped right down in there, and getting off the pile, Aaron Sander is down there helping out. Also Josh Yeagle on that left-hand side, number 53, 236-pound junior. Defensive tackle making that play. There's a good look at Yeagle and Sander on that left side. Good size for the blue and white. 3rd down and 4 with 1:26 left. Replays you're watching Sunday at 10, Monday at 7. Second replay with a Fairfield game of the week.
Muncy wants to get a timeout if they hold here.
Kibbe guns it. Ward in traffic. The catch is made at midfield. A first down for the Red Raiders. What a grab by Ward.
A big throw by Kibbe, too. He threads the needle. That wasn't bad coverage. Let's take a look at a Fairfield replay. Now watch this. There's 2 receivers on him. Right there, he just threads it between those 2 receivers. Ward takes a big hit, hangs on to the ball. That's first down. Only 1:07 to go, though. Muncy's going to have to hustle in and out of the locker room.
Kibbe is 7 of 12 for 98 yards on first down at midfield. Quimby in motion. Play action, rolling that way. Stepping up. Kibbe, the ball is loose. The Indians get on it. The fumble recovery by Sander. Aaron Sammer, the backside pressure. And then Aaron Sander got on the fumble, recovers for the Indians with 49 seconds left. And now let's see if Scott McLean puts Connor to go back up on top.
This is going to be an interesting call. You have 49 seconds to go. Let's take a look at a Fairfield replay here. Play action, good job, Brown in his face, and then from the backside, that's Sander, number 70, comes across, knocks the ball down, and also recovers the fumble. So Muncy on the 45 has a shot.
Here come the Indians. First down at the 44. Connor's going to let it go. He's got a man out there. Messner falls under it. He gets by the man at the 5. Messner for the goal line. Messner, touchdown! The Muncy Indians. Nate Messner, 45 yards into the end zone, and that really can hurt the Red Raiders. They go up in the football game, 12-7. And here it is again, somehow. Messner, who lined up as a wideout. He's normally the tight end. He was wide open. Nobody picked him up in that prevent defense. And then he gets by the defender and gets into the end zone, the touchdown. Huge play, Messner.
I don't know who had the coverage there. The corner left him go by. The safety didn't come across. So I think the corner must have felt he had deep coverage, and the safety thought he didn't have deep coverage, and man's wide open. Ball was just kind of thrown up in the air. As a matter of fact, Connor got hit as he released the ball, just got enough air underneath it. The man was open wide enough. He caught it, and then a good run to the end zone.
Wow, 45-yard score by Connor. And you had a feeling, Scott McLean, that Sanders set it up with a great defensive play, the smack and the fumble recovery on Kibbe. First play, Connor finds Messner wide open. He breaks a tackle, gets into the end zone, 45 yards, and now they go for two. 12-7 score in the game. Indians on top, 38 till the half. Neerhoff, Maurer the backs. Play action. Connor for the end zone, intercepted. Intercepted, intended for Messner, but if you're an Indian fan, you've got to be happy. Let's take at least a 30-second timeout. 4 new subs, more sauces and more at Subway. You're going to love it. 12-7, Muncy. Don't go away. Pickler Fuel Company's been serving smart families in Lycoming County for more than 60. John Rischel kicks it back to the Red Raiders. 45-yard touchdown pass. Connor to Messner. And it's a 12-7 game. Coming back with the football is going to be John Hall, number 43. He'll run it back to the 30-yard line, 33 seconds left. Big defensive play set up the Muncy Indians with the football. And in the first play with the ball, with under 50 seconds left in this first half, Scott McLean says, Mike Connor, go up top. And Nate Messner was wide open, broke a tackle at about the 5 and got into the end zone. 45 yards, it's 12-7. Fullback, opener, Mike Kibbe out to the 45 and near the 46.
Good run by Kibbe. That they're going to have to move the chains, but the clock starts with 28 to go, so Montgomery's got to get in and out of the huddle.
Robert Howeisen made the tackle, saving what might have been more. They did not expected him to go up top to start. 22 seconds remain. Seagraves, tailback, fullback again. Running through people, Mike Kibbe, the senior, inside the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. And Robert Howeisen, the safety, comes over to make that tackle again.
There's only 10 seconds left, though. They're going to have to go to the air on this one.
Take a timeout.
Here's another Fairfield Auto Group replay. Let's take another look.
All right, here it is. Just a little pop to the fullback. Good movement up at the line of scrimmage, but the defensive line, in all honesty, here is thinking pass. They're going to give you 10 yards. Gary, I want to remind everybody about Ed's Market, your Penn State tailgate headquarters. And I'll tell you, after seeing Penn State play today, Gary, I'm going to make that the Lycoming College tailgate headquarters. Stop over, see Tom and Peachy over in Franklin Street, Lycoming College. Big game next weekend. Stop over, get some tailgating supplies. They got great subs. They got a full deli service. You can pick up some ice, everything you need. Ed's Market, 3 locations. Clayton Avenue in Loyalsock, West 4th Street in Newberry, and of course, the headquarters over at Franklin Street. Stop in and see Tom and Peachy O'Connor. They'll fix you up with all your tailgate needs.
Yep, she'll get you ready for the ball game. Good idea to do it for Lyco Widener. We'll be there next week enjoying Tom and Peachy and Ed's Market at the ball game next week to get your food for the game. All right, here we go. First down and 10. 44-yard line after 2 straight runs by Mike Kibbe. And the Red Raiders put themselves into Indian territory with 10 seconds. And Kibbe might have, well, he might get 2 plays out of this. He'll get at least 1 play, and you'd think he's going to go up top here. Down by 5. Kibbe. Chased out. Kibbe gets sacked. What a play defensively. Number 26, Jeremy Gray, somehow got through to make that sack, and the Indians take a 5-point lead into the locker room. What a first half for the Old Shoe. The Indians lead the series for the Old Shoe, we should say. It went back more than 1961, but 22-18. And here's the final look, and there's Gray that got through with a sack to wrap up the first half of the game. Let's take a timeout. Subway's got the new subs, the new sauces. 8 new subs, 4 new sauces, 4 new rolls at Subway. 12-7, score of the game. The Pickler halftime show's coming up next. Trying to pop him there, and Noah Bailey's going to get in the end zone.
There was a breakdown in coverage over on the far side because nobody was on Messner. So by the time he got the ball, missed tackle, he's in the end zone. And
Trophy in the line, Gary Crispin, Babe Mare. This is our Fairfield Auto Group Cable Sports Game of the Week. You're watching Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 here on SCN Channel 2, and glad to have our viewers with us in the Muncy-Montgomery area. Well, the old shoe on the line. Muncy leads now 12-7, but I tell you, what a first half. Great plays, great defensive plays, and outstanding play out of both. You know, quite a few wideouts in the ball game. The running game, they've had enough running to balance out what's going on there. Neerhuff, so far in the football game, we mentioned at halftime of this football game, has got 41 yards, leading all rushers. And Mike Kibbe, fullback of the Montgomery Red Raiders, 7 for 37 yards. But it's been the air attack, but both defense come into play. And I tell you, we've seen some personal fouls. We saw a taunting early in the game. It just set the tone for how big a ball game this really is.
Well, you know, you get two teams like this, or you get them fired up in a rivalry, and that's what makes football fun. I mean, there's sparks flying out there in the field because these guys are going to sell out in a game like this. One of the things you worry about with the coaching staff is what do we do after this game's over? You know, can we get them up again next week?
I've got to tell you, Fairfield Auto Group Game of the Week in Fairfield. Rick Quigley and the gang, Bill Manos and company remind you, Fairfield and Ford getting together. This is the best deal that Ford has had in recent memory. With everything going on in the economy, Ford's saying, let's goose the economy a little bit. Here's what they're doing. 0% interest for 60 months now on all new 2001 vehicles. I don't know that that's ever happened. 0% interest on 2001s for 60 months. You get an incredibly affordable monthly payment, a great deal. It's on now at Ford. It's on through October, and it just hit on Friday. Fairfield has it first. Fairfield Toyota's got the Camry 2002s with a new look in. And also Hyundai, the year-end model clearance sale still underway at Fairfield Auto Mall. The 01s, 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. 6 lines to choose from off the Fairfield exit of I-180. Fairfield Auto Mall. It's all about Fairfield for fair deals. Don't forget the Ford 1% over sale is now on all 2001s from Fairfield. But now Ford is bringing down 0% interest. 60 months overall, and it's a great deal. It's on from Ford at Fairfield. Check it out at Fairfield and tell them we sent you. Fairfield Game of the Week here on Cable Sports in our 15th season. Watching Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, and next week, babe, Lyco Widener, the Game of the Week in Division III college football, and we'll have it for you. The two favorites, number 1 and number 2 pick in the MAC, both undefeated. We'll have it next Saturday.
And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a big one. Both teams undefeated, both teams looking playoffs, and it could well mean which team will be eliminated, whoever loses that game.
Neerhoff brings back the kickoff back over the 20-yard line to about the 21-yard line. They'll set up first down and 10. The tackle and the hit, Nick Fullerton, number 7, gets down to make the pop for the Red Raider defense. And here comes Mike Connor and company. A 45-yard touchdown pass put up to Messner at the tail end with under 48 seconds remaining after a Santa recovery of a Montgomery fumble. Set him up to put him up on top, 12-7.
I'll tell you, one of Connor's favorite receivers, Todd Clementoni, came out without his helmet. I think he's done for the night.
Yeah, that's a big blow to Muncy. He's the leading receiver coming in. Neerhuff out over the 25, and he gets out to about the 26-yard line. Good pop down there. Tackle is made by the Red Raiders, and that's going to be by Justin Hanford, number 28.
Pickup of 4.
Clementoni with 6'3", 163, big target. A target that Connor liked to go to. You remember, had that big collision with Seagraves in the first half of the ball game. And like I say, I came out without a helmet. I'm assuming that he's going to be finished for the night. So we'll see who Connors goes to.
Neerhuff off that left side, nothing doing. And again, Andy DeLolo and company are over there to make that tackle. DeLolo, number 58, Josh Quimby down there to help out in that play. So defensively, Montgomery coming out early and now forces them to a third down and about 6, and Connor in a passing down here at the 26-yard line, up by 5 in the game.
John Hall also on that last tackle on the far side, and also number 83, Tom Ham.
Craig Knight, number 5 in the ball game for Clementoni. He's at the far left side. Camacho to the right. They look for Camacho. They dump it short to Maurer, the fullback. Runs over a man to the 35 and out to the 36-yard line.
Number 21.
Cuts up as Quimby and Seagraves come over to make the tackle, but not before a first down, and a good call by Scott McLean's Indians.
A good call. Play action pass. They fake to the fullback. Take a look at a Fairfield replay here. We'll see it here in a second, but they fake the pass. Fullback sneaks out into the flat. Quarterback rolls. Corner steps up. Half of the fullback's wide open.
On first down,
Maurer
cuts to the outside, is cut down. He'll get out to about the 40-yard line. And here is another look.
Now watch, play action. Here comes the fullback. Corner steps up because the quarterback's sweeping to the quarterback's coming to the outside. Little dump off to the fullback. He's got the ball. Good pickup. Good run there too. Going to be second down about 6.
Second down 6. Mike Connor in this football game, 7 out of 11, 106 yards passing. Has had 1 picked off. Double wideouts left. They come out of the eye this time for the Indians. The toss, near Huff, nothing doing. Loses a yard or 2. Comes back to about the 39. Big play, Connor, 3rd down and 7. Bootleg, puts it on the run. Messner, the catch, first down inside the 50 to the 48. Nate Messner has come up big in this ball game. When Todd Clementoni went out, and it may have been a slight concussion, the way that Stacy Cordell was looking at him. Number 8 came out with a helmet, without a helmet here in the second half. When he left, that you lose your primary receiver, your top receiver, and now number 13 is the big target in this ball game. Messner had 6 grabs, 108 yards coming in, but now Messner has 3 for 65 in the game and 1 for a touchdown. 1st and 10, Indians on the move again with a 5-point lead. Connor lets it go. Camacho's out there. It's going to be on the wrong side and almost intercepted. They got away with one there. Eric Seagraves knew that that's one that should have been picked off. He was playing that other side. The ball just faded to the outside. They weren't on the same page. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Camacho broke to the inside. Ball was thrown to the outside. Defensive man Seagraves was playing the man, which is what you have to do. You play the ball, you're going to get beat. He was playing the man. He also turned to the inside. Otherwise, you're right, Gary. That would have been an interception. That would have been a big play.
2nd down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mike Connor brings him out again for the Indians.
Connor's drop, quick flat out to Camacho.
Camacho, the catch, dives inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He'll be shy of a first down and shy about a yard and a half. And it brings up another big play for the Indians. 8-yard play, 3rd down. They'll call it 3rd and about 2 on the play, maybe a yard and a half.
This will be an interesting call because I think that if they don't get it here, this may be 4-down territory for the Indians because you're crossing the 50. You got something going. You got momentum on your side. You hate to turn that ball over to the other team.
All right, here they go. First down, near Huff. Inside the 35, down to about the 33-yard line. Good run, good call in there, and tackle's going to be made by Josh Quimby, the linebacker, the inside on that left-hand side for the Red Raider defense. 12-7, but the Indians try to take charge of this game, and the big play at the tail end of the half put them up on top.
Here it is. This is the offensive line from Muncy right now has taken over this football game. Nice line surge, open up the hole, easy first down.
On first down at 10. Connor back to pass. Dumping it deep. He's got a man there. The catch can't be pulled in by Messner. Flag is pulled down. They say that John Hall interfered from the backside, number 43.
Good call by the official. I think he had a hold of the shirt when he went to break upfield.
Messner tries to look this in over the shoulder and just couldn't get to it.
Now right there, I think he has a hold of the guy's shirt, and the guy tries to turn to get it. I'm not so sure he would have caught that, but I'll tell you, that was a good defensive play because when a guy has you beat, it's better to give up 15 yards and a penalty than to give up the touchdown. So that was a pretty good play by Hall.
15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage and a first down for the Indians.
Nate Messner is only a sophomore at 6'2", 178. He's had quite a ball game. And he's become the primary target now of Mike Connor, but the the penalty against the Red Raiders, and all of a sudden the Indians are in business.
Not only is this a nice drive for Muncy, but they've run almost 5 minutes off the clock with this possession.
Nearhoff, hold off that left-hand side, and John Hall's going to wrap him up. He'll make that play down around the 15-yard line. The Indians with 7:10 left in the third period. This ball game brought to you by the Joy of Pepsi and, of course, Purity Guaranteed Aquafina, America's #1 selling bottled water. Plus, Do the Dew, the great taste of Mountain Dew, and the new Code Red, Mountain Dew Code Red. Dew, the new Dew, everything you get from Dew with a smooth rush of cherry flavor. Check them out. 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Connor throws to
Messner is out there. Messner the grab. Messner touchdown. What a catch by Nate Messner, his second of the day.
15-yard toss.
Just a little fade pattern. Little fade pattern out to the corner. Lay it up in the air. Messner has Hall's number right now. Fairfield replay. Watch this. Just a little fade. Lay it up in the air. Messner, a little bump inside there. Makes a turn to the outside. He has the touchdown. Great drive by Muncy. You're looking at almost 5 minutes, 20 seconds ran off the clock. So not only did they get the score, but they took a big hunk of time out of that third quarter. Montgomery's yet to touch the ball in the second half of this ball game.
Nate Messner's having a career day for him. Only a sophomore. Out of the end zone, Nearhoff got the 2-point conversion. And it goes to 20-7, Muncy Indians. And now the old shoe is in sight from Muncy, but we've got a long way to go. 6:39 left in the third. Let's take a Subway timeout. 7 subs under 6 grams of fat at Subway. The Indians are up by 13. When Todd Clementoni, the leading receiver, goes down, and he is not playing. He was banged up and had his bell rung.
Montgomery.
Yeah, the first half of the football game, a tough loss, but Nate Messner, who plays tight end, starting at tight end, stepped up, moved to the wideout. They brought Craig Knight in, but Messner has had a big ball game. He's caught 4 for 80 yards and a pair of touchdowns, only a sophomore. On first down, Red Raiders down by 13. Have got to grind it out, get back in the game as Mike Kibbe, who has their only touchdown, gets out to the 25-yard line. He scored that in a 1-yard run.
Mike Kibbe had a couple of big runs just before the half, before that turnover. They come right back with him up the middle, good 5-yard gain. Now, Montgomery's got to put something together here because Muncy right now is running on all wheels. They really have things put together.
On 2nd down and 5. Trying to do something there, nothing doing. Indians were not fooled at all. That time as Quimby is hit and knocked down in the backfield, and they're trying to pull something with a little flanker around, and it did not happen off that fake to the fullback, and Josh Quimby loses about 5 on the play, and now it's 3rd down, and they've got to start to go to the airwaves against the Indians.
I agree. They tried a little inside counter move there. Double reverse is actually what it is, but it's done to the inside. That ball was muffed, was on the ground for a while before he picked it up. That was almost disastrous for Montgomery.
3rd down and 10. Kibbe. Got a man there, nearly caught, dropped and incomplete. Josh Quimby, and that ball was right there. In a ball game like this, when the Red Raiders try to come back, you've got to make that kind of a play for the first down. Good throw, Kibbe. Quimby just couldn't bring it in. And now they punt it away, and you can feel that the momentum has really turned in this ball game. When it appeared to be a Red Raider lead at the half, turned into a Muncy lead in the final minute. And now the Muncy Indians have gone up by 2 touchdowns, and they get the ball back again, babe, with 5:17 left.
And when you lose your momentum, things like that happen.
In the third, I'll tell you, that was nearly blocked by Aaron Sander. Nearhoff with the ball, and he gets popped back at the 43-yard line. Good pursuit coming down. Host of Red Raiders, Tommy Hall, is down there. And also Nick Fuller, number 7, got down there to hit him.
At the Indian 44.
So Muncy will take over in the 44-yard line, and Montgomery needs to stop right now because Muncy is fired up. Montgomery did not need a 3-and-out there, and that's exactly what they got. And as you saw, that incomplete pass, as I said, Gary, when momentum shifts to the other side of the field and you don't have it on your side of the field, bad things often happen. Drop passes, as we saw right there, are one of them.
Pair of sophomore wideouts now in Knight and Messner. Camacho, the catch inside the 50 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Chris Camacho gets popped out in front of his bench, and the Indians in a personal foul, maybe a hit out of bounds, and that's what or was it? Was it back down the other way?
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. It was a hit on the sideline. It was out of bounds, but it's one of those ones that it was clean. So the hit goes out of bounds, but Camacho on the way back in said something. That's going to be a unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard penalty is going to go against Muncy on that play. Now, it's a dead ball foul, so it should go from the spot of the foul right here and should still be a first down.
Camacho has 3 catches and 30 yards in the game. Mike Connors having a good ball game. Pair of touchdown passes, 10 of 15 for 142 yards in the football game, but then the personal foul. There's a lot of heated talk down there in that field tonight between Muncy and Montgomery. We talked to the fans early in the week coming down to check out the stadium. And, which is a bigger rivalry, Muncy or Hughesville? They had to think about it. One person said Montgomery because of the old shoe. The other said end of the year Hughesville because the kids hang out with each other more. But I talked to a boy in front of this before this ball game. They said, I don't know. I think it might be Montgomery as he gets hit. Fullback or the tailback Neerhoff had it back to the 39-yard line, but it's big when you've got 2 big rivalries. This is like UCLA, USC, and then USC and Notre Dame in the same season if you're a Muncy Indian fan. And at one point, Muncy said, Warrior Run considered us a rivalry, but because we're fairly close, but we really didn't consider them as much of a rival.
Big stop. Derek Hands, the big tackle, came in with a good stuff for a 1-yard loss.
2nd and 11. Connor guns it down the middle. Knight gets popped, but he's got the first down at midfield.
Nice.
Craig Knight, another sophomore. They're coming to play with their prime receiver, Todd Clementoni, on the bench.
I'll tell you, let's take a look at a Fairfield replay here. It's just a straight drive downfield by the inside receiver. Connor's great job of threading the needle. First down.
At the 49.
Mike Connor, 6 foot 185 senior. Also a pretty good basketball player. Had a chance to see him in b-ball last year too on cable sports. Connor brings him out. Veteran quarterback. They come out of the eye in a 1st and 10. Toss, Neerhoff cuts it inside for 5 yards to about the 45-yard line.
Pick up a 4.
Tell you, when you're picking up 5 yards per carry, your offense is rolling, and Muncy is rolling right now. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. 4 minutes to go in the ball game, Gary, and all but 3 plays in the third quarter. All but 3 plays have been Muncy.
Third quarter of play with 3:39 left. Connor brings him out. Maurer and Muncy wearing him down now. Tackled by Andy DeLello, the linebacker. Boy, I tell you what, great big play. And here come the Indians with 3:24 left in the third.
Gary, all those tailgaters out there, I want to remind you about Ed's Market, your tailgating headquarters. Whether you're going to a high school game, over to see Lyco play or Penn State, stop in and see Cat and Peachy over on Franklin Street. Or
who's Cat?
Cat is Tom O'Connor.
Oh, Tom O'Connor.
Yeah,
most of the people don't know that he's a councilman, but they didn't know he's called Cat. I know you call him Cat. Here's Maurer again, big hole inside the 35. First down to the 34, and Maurer is holding on to that cramp perhaps as you take a look right there, and it looks like he might have gotten a little bit of a cramp trying to get back up.
He's going to be all right, but I'll tell you what, Ed's Market is a locally owned convenience store, Gary. Tom and Peachy.
Not many around anymore.
There's not many of them around anymore. They got it all. They got your subs. They got your deli service, ice. In Newberry, they got gas. You can get it all. Newberry, stop up and see Chuck. Stop and see Joe down at Loyal Sock on Clayton Avenue. Or, as I said, Tom and Peachy over in Franklin Street, your tailgating headquarters.
Yeah, they do a great job catering parties. Give Peachy a call on that. Messner looking deep. Messner this time can't run under it. He's got man-to-man coverage with John Hall, number 43. Hall is 5'10", 160, and he's battling Messner, who's 6'2", 178. And I think that Scott McLean's trying to get a little mismatch with a jump ball over there that Messner might be able to go up and pull it down. Messner has had a pair of touchdown catches in the game, 45 yards at the tail end of the half to put them on top 12-7 and put the momentum on the side of the Indians, and a 15-yarder here in the third. 2:33 to play, third quarter. 2nd and 10. Neerhoff, big hole. To the 25, the 20, the 15 for the corner. Touchdown, Indians. Nearhoff from 34 yards. Wow. And that puts an exclamation mark on the old Shoe Trophy. 26-7, and now the Red Raiders have a lot to come back from.
We'll get a replay on that. Nearhoff does a great job of dipping, making the man commit to the inside. Watch it. Now watch. Right there. Little dip, gets the guy to the inside. There's the block from the outside. He bounces it to the outside, and he's all the way to the end zone. That's the second time on that same play that they've gone to the end zone.
And I'll tell you what, he may have cramped up a little bit, too, as Brock Nearhoff went down. And he's holding on there, and hopefully that is all that it is. That is a 34-yard run, a 56-yard drive, and 2:31 by the Muncy Indians. And I'll tell you what, just like that, they go up on top 26-7, and John Rischel's going to try the extra point.
There's 2:24 left on the clock. 3 plays in the third quarter. Montgomery had the ball, 3 and out, punted it back, and other than that, it's been all Muncy. Not only are they scoring points, they're just eating time off the clock. There it is, 26-7. Muncy will go for 2, but I'll tell you, Montgomery right now has some big-time catching up to do.
And Brock Nearhoff has had quite a ball game. We'll get the update on him. He's going to come out here, and we've seen 2 players cramp up. 26-7 after a big run for a touchdown. He's got 17 carries. Here's a good look at him, and 88 yards for the veteran tailback. 5'11", 181. He came in here with 500 yards even on the season.
Muncy's run 7:42 off of the clock in this third quarter. It's been all Muncy coming out of the locker room.
26-7. Stick around for the post-game show and our Pepsi stars of the ball game. Right now, there's still a long way to go. The Red Raiders are capable of, with Kibbe's passing it, trying to get back in it. Right now, Connor and Messner and Nearhoff, they've got that balanced, the 1-2 punch, and I tell you, they've had people step up in light of the fact that Todd Clementoni, their leading receiver, left the ball game in the first half, was banged up, and anytime they're looking in their eyes, babe, you might have had the bell run, might have been they're not going to take any chances if he had a slight concussion, and we're guessing on that, but from your standpoint, your years in coaching, that's what it looked like up here to you.
Well, they were tracking his eyes with their fingers, and they're not going to take any chances. Likely it is.
We've done that
really
to you on a
wrong.
late Saturday night, but that's a whole other story.
Oftentimes, and I survived, so I think he's going to be all right. Let's not go there, Gary.
Mike Struck, is this your birthday down in the truck? Oh, that's right, we missed it. Oh, that's right, yeah. Mike has a couple of birthdays per year, so we take him out to eat. 26-7, scoring the ball game with 2:24 left. And time had been taken, and now the point after. They're getting set and ready right here. And I believe now the Indians are probably going to go for 2. Or are they? Let's look and see.
Yeah, they still go for 2.
Yeah, they are going to go for 2. Connor comes out. Tailback into the ball game is going to be John Rischel, who looked like he was going to be in to kick, and now he'll come in at tailback. Fullback Jared Maurer. Nearhoff had a cramp at the tail end of that touchdown run from 34 yards out.
Now the Indians will try for the
All right, guys, here we go. Going for the 2-point conversion. Muncy trying to go up by 28-7. Connor fade into the end zone, going up for it, incomplete.
Got it out there for.
Tried to throw it down to number 83, Colby Way. He couldn't pull it down at 6'6". Incomplete. We'll take a timeout, but the Indians have command of the old shoe right now. They lead 26-7. Subway, they've got the new subs, including 4 grams of fat of the new honey mustard turkey with cucumbers. Tastes like a salad on a roll with that honey mustard taste. You're going to love it at Subway. 26-7. Matter of fact, they've lined up. They're ready to kick it off. We'll keep it right here. So we had a lot of delaying going on before. We could have taken a timeout. Now they're ready to boot it up. So we'll hold it right here.
Muncy's looking at 3 scores down right now, 2:24 to go here in the third. They've got to make something happen quick. Mainly get some momentum back on their side. They're flat.
Rishel hits it and hits it well. Seagraves back at the 15-yard line. Coming back, 30, 35, 40. To the outside, to midfield. A player fell down. He's going to take it back all the way. Eric Seagraves touchdown, and don't count the Red Raiders out of this ball game, and that is what Jim Renninger's ball club needed.
But I tell you what, though, a couple of Montgomery players threw some blocks after Seagraves was long gone. Don't do that, guys. That's how you get a flag and bring it back. No flag, touchdown. I said they had to do something quick. Can't get much quicker than that.
87-yard return by Eric Seagraves, and what a run back, and here's another Fairfield replay.
Here it is. This is a kickoff. Finds an alley. Now watch. Seagraves comes up. I thought they had good coverage right here. Finds a crack, cuts it back against the grain. That's when you're in trouble. When that man cuts back, you have to break out of your lanes. He's gone. Don't block anybody. Let him go to the end zone.
Robert Howerson was the only player that had a shot, the safety, on defense for Muncy. He got turned around and slipped and fell, and then Seagraves ran in untouched. 87-yard kickoff return. McQuay's kick is up, and the kick is good. We'll take time. 2:07 to play in the third. It's now 26-14 Muncy over Montgomery. Let's pause for a Subway timeout.
Put experience on your side. Readers Travis.
Game. I don't know if we have a replay of that, the ensuing kickoff, but it was an electrifying 87-yard run by Eric Seagraves. Point after was good by Seth McQuay, sophomore kicker for this ball club. And it's a 26-14 lead by Muncy. But I tell you, if there was ever a time that this ball club had to come back, it was right there for the Montgomery Red Raiders on that return, that time all the way back by Seagraves. Connor, little draw action look, and he gives it to Neerhoff, who comes out to the 30 and shy of a first down by 2. An 8-yard run. Here's the replay of the ensuing kickoff back down the other way. They didn't get much of a return.
Now, Camacho's going to get the ball. He's going to bring it back up. He starts to run east to west. Good job of coverage. He's going to bring him down. But on the first play, good line surge by Muncy. Takes the ball for about an 8-yard gain. Montgomery's badly in need of a big play on defense.
No doubt both of these teams felt big plays. They've got to limit big plays by the other team.
Neerhoff again.
Neerhoff first down. Brings it all the way out to the 39, maybe the 40-yard line. Getting popped down there. And the tackle by the Red Raiders, Jason Burrows, number 24, comes over, one of the people to make that tackle. So now first down and 10 with 1:18 here in the third. In this football game, Neerhoff has 19 carries, 106 yards. He's over 100 again, and over 600 yards on the season. Mike Connor is 12 of 18, 165 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. Up by 12, Indians. Messner makes a great catch and a great move after the catch has the first down. Great second effort, eludes John Hall and gets to the 50 and down to the 49 into Red Raider territory. Nate Messner, the sophomore, is going up and having a night. He's got 5 for 92 yards.
Good call by the Muncy offensive staff. They've been running Messner deep. As a result, Hall's given him way too big a cushion. Just take him out to the outside, get him the ball, let him make yards after the catch. First down, they're across 50 to the 50-yard line.
Messner only had 6 catches on the year coming. He's got 5 for 92 already tonight.
Got a flag on
And somebody may have jumped across that line of scrimmage. Flag comes out. We'll see which way they point. With 34 on the clock here in the third, Fairfield Auto Mall has a deal for you from the Fairfield Auto Group. Ford has come in with the best deal in years. 0% interest on 2001 Fords, and we're talking for 60 months. Is that a deal? 0% interest, 60 months right now at Fairfield on Fords 2001s. Detroit and Ford getting aggressive in the state of the economy and everything going on in the world and the USA. Ford is fighting back. 0% interest, 60 months. Check it at Fairfield next week. Connor dumps it off. The catch by Messner. The ball pops loose. And the Red Raiders get on it. fumble recovery is going to be made by 38 Eric Miller, the defensive end of the left-hand side. Messner's catch, but the fumble on a great hit. We'll see who made that hit here. Take a look again.
Looks like Seagraves, number 23, came up, hit the ball, knocked the ball loose. Big defensive plays, Gary. That's what's going to win this ball game. There's a big one. See if Montgomery can capitalize.
So Messner's sixth catch of the ball game, but then he got popped by Seagraves. And now the Red Raiders have the ball back. They scored in an 87-yard touchdown kickoff return by Seagraves, and now they're trying to come back down by 12. Gunning it, incomplete. Trying to get to Josh Quimby.
I like the call, though. I think you got to come back with a big play after you make a big defensive play. Go to the air with that pass, see if you can pick something up. That time pass just wasn't on the money.
Indians are 3-0 in the year. They beat Sayre. They shut out Sayre and Canton. Gave up only 8 points to East Juniata. They've given up only 8 points all year. The Red Raiders are 2-1, beating Lewisburg, Columbia Montour, and losing up there in New York State last week. Fullback has it. Mike Kibbe running over people inside the 45 and out to the 44-yard line for a first down and 10.
Big run. That's the end of the quarter, but Montgomery, Gary, has jumped back into this ball game.
And they've turned the momentum around for the Red Raiders, down by 12. We'll take a Subway timeout. Jared, well, you saw he lost 250 pounds. You can eat healthy and lose weight, too. The Fast Food Diet Center, Subway. Check it out, 26-14. Muncy on top.
Quarter with the Indians leading 26-14.
Babe Mayer, Muncy on top. Montgomery has the football back after the fumble recovery. And the Red Raiders trying to get something going here to cut the lead, make a run late in this ball game. Montgomery was down by 3 touchdowns up there to Minnesink Valley in New York. 21-0. They came back and tied it at 21 before losing the game last week. Kibbe guns it. The catch is made inside the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. Travis Ward, who's been fairly quiet in this football game, is the leading receiver. And they've got to get Ward the football. He's a playmaker. Makes the grab. And a first down and 10.
Good pass. And like I say, all of a sudden, that's the momentum you need back on your side. Montgomery got it off that big defensive play by Seagraves. And right now, they're knocking on the door. They're outside the 30-yard line.
Kibbe's 8 of 14, 108 yards. He's back to pass again. Guns it, incomplete, and out of bounds. Try to get it to Quimby down that sideline and just overshot him and stops the clock with 11:19 left in the football game on this Fairfield Auto Group Game of the Week. We remind you, too, that AAA, the most trusted name in travel, have 2002 Alaskan cruises they're booking. Special rate, $22.89 for next summer. Summer of 2002, a lot of great deals. They've got an Alaskan cruise night, October 1st, Monday, 6:30 at the Radisson Hotel. Call them, 323-8431 for reservations. 2nd and 10. Gunning it over the middle. The catch by Hall. Inside the 20 to the 18. First down, Red Raiders. Big play. Howison made the tackle along with Zeke Hessler, the cornerback, on that left-hand side. Great throw by Kibbe again.
Was a great throw by Kibbe. On that slant pass, you've got to lead the receiver. If you don't lead the receiver, you throw behind him, that's intercepted. If you don't lead him, he can't catch it. Good pass, good catch. Montgomery's on the move.
Here's the pitch. Seagraves eludes one, cuts it inside the 10-yard line, and ball came out.
Whistle down.
And Aaron Sanders said, I've got it for my second fumble recovery. The official says, I believe the knee was down.
Yeah,
will they put it down inside the 10, near the 5, maybe the 4-yard line?
Second and
he
1.
was down. Let's watch this play. Is he inside the 5? It's hard to see from up here.
Yeah,
he's inside the 10.
He's inside the 10. He's down closer to the 6-yard line. You're right. It's hard to see from our depth perception where we are as low as we are here.
Now,
it'll be 2nd and 1.
The ground cannot cause a fumble. When he hit the grounds when that ball popped out, that was not a fumble.
2nd down, 1. Flag comes out. Did they take too much time? Let's look and see.
Illegal substitution.
Now, it's a legal substitution.
Wow.
They broke huddle.
4, 5, 6, 7,
8. They broke huddle with 12 players.
And 6.
Well, I tell you, they don't want to get down there if you're a Red Raider and shoot yourself in the foot with a shot to come back in the game down by 12. And with a score, can put yourself back in it. It's 10-12 remaining. Clock is ticking.
I tell you, Montgomery goes into the end zone right here, and we got ourselves a whale of a ball game.
Second down. This time it brings up second down and 6. Double wideouts right. They're at the 14-yard line. Here's a little counter give. Mike Kibbe runs down and see where they put it, down to about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line.
Around the 10.
Put it back at the 10. 9:42 left in the football game. 26-14. Muncy Indians on top. Montgomery led a good bit of the first half, 7-6. Appear to be going into the locker room with that lead. And then Mike Connor connected with Nate Messner after a fumble recovery by Sander to put him on top 12-7.
Wait a minute, I'm missing
Mike
something.
Kibbe on the right side. Pounds it off in there.
Up close to the first down.
Close to a first down for Kibbe, and we'll see where they spot that.
First down for the Raiders.
First and goal for the Raiders.
Ball looks like it's going to be inside the 5.
Ball started around the 5.
Hard to see. It's very difficult to see the lines down there towards the goal line. Scorekeeper's having trouble too because he has nothing up on the board.
Mike Kibbe toward the goal line, and Kibbe gets down near maybe the 2-yard line.
3.
He's near the 2 or the 3-yard line. 26-14 score in the game. And the Red Raiders right now doing it on the ground, and they felt they had to establish a running game in this football game. Mike Kibbe has been a workhorse. 12 carries, 61 yards. Seagraves has gained 40 on the ground, but he is an 87-yard kickoff return. Second and goal at the 3. Seagraves trips and falls. They were working the inside well, but Sander was right there, the defensive end of that left-hand side, to make the stop. And now, babe, a big call for Jim Renninger.
Absolutely, and you hit the nail on the head, Gary. They were working the inside well. They went to that pitch to the outside and lost ground. So now you're looking at about a third down and 9 yards to go. They got 2 downs to get into the end zone. Be patient.
Third down and goal at the 9-yard line. Hall is in motion. Play action. Kibbe over the middle. Too high. Incomplete. Try to go to the tight end, Eric Miller, number 38. Couldn't get it to him. And now you've got 4th and goal at the 9-yard line. All right, what do you call here if you're Shane Kibbe and you're Jim Renninger on the sideline?
Well, first of all, Shane Kibbe wishes he had that last pass back as he had the man pulled the trigger a little bit too soon and overthrew him. Now you're looking at a 4th down and 9. You almost have to go to the end zone. So, you know, I think maybe what to go to is the play that got you here, and that was that slant. Just run a short slant right around the goal line, see if the man can get himself in.
On 4th down, Kibbe for the end zone. Incomplete. Hall could not pull it in. He had double coverage. The ball was on the hands. A tough catch to try to pull in. And the Indians' defense comes up big to stop a Red Raider drive. And now the Red Raider defense will try to come up big defensively and stop Mike Connor and the Muncy Indians. Connor's had a big night, 14 out of 20 for 181 yards and a pair of touchdowns.
And again, you were in at the 3-yard line and you end up on the 9-yard line. Give Muncy credit. They play well down in the red zone.
Here comes Connor on 1st down. Nearhuff to the outside. Nearhuff, a good run for a 1st down for about an 11-yard gain. Big run that time by Nearhuff. So you've got a 1st down and 10. And the Muncy Indians have the lead and the clock on their side with 7:39 right now. Scott McLean, and a good look at Scott, veteran coach here at Muncy. I'm sure that right now he'd like to use that clock, grind it down, and punch one more in to win the old shoe back.
This is a play right here. This is a drive right here where Muncy wants to, the clock is on their side. They've got to run time off the clock.
Got a flag on the field.
Flag comes out of there. See if they took too much time. See what the call will be as they get him backed up 5 yards on that play. And it's going to be a legal procedure. Next week, Lyco and Widener. It's going to be not only the big game here in our game of the week, but the premier game in all Division III college football. Widener, one of the top teams in the nation. Lyco getting into the top 20 now. And Widener was a team to beat preseason. Lyco picked second. They play for all of it next week. Big run, Maurer comes out over the 20 and runs it out to about the 24-yard line. Tackled by Josh Quimby, the linebacker. And Muncy trying to punch out a couple of first downs and take more clock off. But Montgomery coming away with nothing. That's a key because they're in a position to come down and cut the lead to 5 points. And they couldn't come away with it. Big plays coming up defensively for the Indians.
Montgomery needs a stop because the Indians are starting to gain that momentum back on offense.
26-14 Indians. Homecoming 2001. Neerhoff running in traffic out to the 29-yard line and has to be gang tackled by the Montgomery Red Raiders. Red Raiders coming off that palm. Mike Kibbe comes over to make that tackle. Number 39. And Justin Hanford, 28, the free safety, comes over to make that tackle. And now you've got 3rd down and 3. 29-yard line.
Big 3rd down play. I'm sure they're going to run the ball here.
Mike Connor looks over the defense. And the Indians jump offside. On that right-hand side.
Wow.
May have been Matt Peck, 63. The right tackle seemed to jump over there.
The Muncy offensive coaching staff just cringed because they had 2 yards to go for the first down. They want to run the ball because even if they don't get the first down, the clock keeps running. Time's on their side. They keep that clock running. There's not going to be enough time for Montgomery to get back in this ball game. That brought them back 5 yards. Now they have to throw if it's incomplete. Stops the clock in order for them to punt.
So here we go. 3rd down and 7 now at the 24-yard line with 6:03 left. 12-point lead Indians. They want to keep the football. Connor back to pass. Lets it go. Great catch by Maurer off the deflection, and now they say no catch. Incomplete. And Scott McLean is beside himself on the sideline saying, I'm right here, ref. I see it, and Maurer made the grab. We're going to want to see it again. A flag came out. And let's take another look. Here's our Fairfield Auto Group replay.
I don't think we can see it. He's bobbling the ball, but I think he gets too close to the bench over here. No, I tell you what, that ball was on the ground.
Yeah, that was a good call.
That was a good call.
Right where Scott McLean is, and he couldn't see it from the backside. He can't believe what that call was, but there's a penalty at the tail end of that play.
Brings up a 4th down for the Indians.
All right, Montgomery's going to get one more chance. But boy, they blew a big opportunity in that last possession. They were into the 3-yard line, ended up on the 9. They're going to get the ball, hopefully, most likely around midfield with 5:52 to go, but they need 2 scores to get back into the ball game. They're down 26-14.
Ward and Seagraves are back deep. And now Connor's getting ready to punt it. Now flags come out there again. 5:52 left, standing room only for homecoming. Today was the Indian Fest in Muncy. Big day at Muncy High School, and boy, do they have a perfect night for football and a perfect day. And homecoming, the dance coming up later. And the Indians try to win back the old shoe. Montgomery won a year ago. The Indians lead the series 22-18 since they played for the old shoe when Dick Dietz and George Sowers put it all together, and that was 40 years ago. 26-14.
Connor's punt.
Seagraves. That ball is still loose, and now some hitting going on as Seagraves stepped up and blocked Rischel, who was coming down there and trying to cover the ball, and Seagraves just put a pop on him. No flags coming out. He was blocking that man.
Well, that was legal.
That was a legal play.
That was a legal hit, but it wasn't a smart play by Seagraves because that ball almost bounced up and hit him, and that would have been a loose ball.
Pretty good rush by Fullerton that time.
There, the ball's right there. Seagraves, that ball could have bounced up and hit him, and that would have been a free ball. Muncy could have gotten it back, so it was a clean hit. I mean, until that whistle blows, you're allowed to hit people. But that wasn't a smart play.
Rischel got his bell rung. as he was getting down there ready to cover it and just took a pop from Eric Seagraves. And we're down near the end of this game. Stacy Cordell, the athletic director and trainer, down there taking a look at him. They already had Clementoni hit hard, knocked out of the game. Todd Clementoni, their leading receiver, coming in. But tell you what, Muncy had some guys that came in and stepped up. Nate Messner was one key player to come in, the sophomore that normally starts at tight end. He became the primary receiver. Caught two touchdown passes in this game for Connor, and Craig Knight came into the ball game and did a great job in this ball game too. Babe?
Let's take a look at a replay. We'll see what happened there. Here it is. Now, it's on a punt. Now, it's a good punt, but the punt hits the ground. Now, Seagraves goes up and hits the man away from the ball, which was not a smart move. Look at the ball by his right foot. If that would have bounced up and hit his leg, that was a loose ball. That could have been recovered by Muncy. That would have been the ball game right there, but it was a clean hit.
John Rischel's still down in the field. Jared Mauer's going to go back, and let's see, as soon as we say that, they're going to get him up and on his feet. Why don't we pause 30 seconds and take a Subway timeout? At least 30, maybe a minute. Subway, 7 subs, 6 grams of fat. We'll be back in 30. And let's take another timeout. John Rischel is sitting up. Boy, he took a pop from Eric Seagraves, and he wasn't ready to take that pop. He was waiting to see what Seagraves was going to do with the football. Seagraves turns up and then pops the defender as opposed to was on the offense. And
all right, here's another play. Here's the punt. Now ball hits the ground and just uncover. This gets hit in a collision there.
Rischel is 5'4", 148.
You don't
not the biggest player in the field, and Seagraves about 5'10", 170.
You don't like to see collisions and guys down on the field, and I agree with that. But it was an okay hit. There was nothing really wrong with it.
We've got to tell you that next week, not only Lyco Susquehanna, here comes John Rischel, and John's wobbly getting up there. Good round of applause from both sides, from Muncy and Montgomery tonight. Arch rivals for a lot of years as he comes off. Next week, Lyco and Widener. Our replay Sunday morning at 10, Monday at 7. Big game from David Person Field, and we'll have it for you next week. We'll be taping the ball game on Saturday, playing it back. Coming up, big games. Later in October, we're going to do another PCN game live game of the week on Pennsylvania Cable Network. Montoursville and Selinsgrove. That is a definite live game from Montour at the end of the regular season, October 26th.
Kibbe throws.
John Hall behind him. And Kibbe on a hit that time. Good play. Mike Connor, who intercepted a pass and set up a touchdown way back in the first quarter. On a 46-yard return, Mike Connor had a hand on it behind him, put the heat on right there.
You got it when you're coming in with that slant from the outside. You got to bring that down sharp, because that way you get underneath the deep coverage. That time he bellied it a little bit, got into the deep third coverage.
That long delay may have hurt Montgomery a little bit more because they were hot. Pressure is on, flag comes out, he lets it go, and Mike Kibbe can't run under it. Kibbe had heat on from Sander. And I'll tell you what, Aaron Sander has put the heat on all day. 6'1", 161, and playing some great defensive end, number 70 for the Muncy Indians. He is a senior.
That's going to be, we got a player down there, but that's going to be a big penalty. There's the hold right there, but that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Now let me see if we're going to mark that out. We got a cramp down here in the field again. Number 21 for Muncy. That's Jesse McCaffrey. He's all right. He just cramped.
He walks off the field. Holding.
Stacy Cordell, the trainer and athletic director. Boy, she's had a busy night out there. 26-14.
Now, I'll tell you, in high school, they got so many rules that are different in college and high school and the pros. I thought that was from the spot of the foul. Well, the foul occurred back where they ended up putting the ball down, so it must be from the line of scrimmage in high school.
All right, here we go. Red Raiders. Second down and 20 at the 25-yard line. Travis Ward to the right. Ball to the left. Dump. Ward. Pop. What a hit by Maurer. And I'll tell you what, Jared Maurer, the inside linebacker on the left side, waited for it and delivered the pop. And the Indians now force a 3rd and 20, and they can smell that old shoe. And it may not smell real good after all these years, but they want it back.
Well, it's bronze, Gary. It smells all right. I'll guarantee that.
That's right. They bronzed it. I forgot.
They'll take it.
You know, that was an old shoe that was left over in the Muncy gym, remember, when they grabbed that in a pile of old shoes to make this trophy.
Jared Maurer, big hit from that linebacker position. Read it perfectly. They're going to the well too much now with that slant pass.
Now Kibbe's got the play of the game for the Red Raiders, 3rd and 20 to try to keep something going, down by 12. Pressure stepping up. Kibbe in a crowd. Kibbe is going to be knocked down. The knee did go down, they say. And it went down at the 20-yard line, and the Red Raiders, with 4:43 left, they're going to have to punt it away. And listen to the Indian fans on this side of the field.
25.
All right, they're going to punt it. It's not going to still. It's going to be great field position for Muncy.
Timeout.
Going to get a timeout, Muncy.
Timeout, Indians will take a Subway timeout. Be like Jared, eat healthy. You can drop the weight. Eat healthy for the Fast Food Diet Center. Subway of Central PA, 26-14 Indians. The Red Raiders punted the football while we were away. And that ball was punted back to Muncy. But now a Muncy player is slow getting up. Getting up slow down there is Robert Howeisen. And here's a look at the punt again.
All right, Muncy called the timeout. They get in and they said, listen, guys, don't rush the punter. Let him kick. Don't rough him and give them a first down. Let him punt the ball downfield. We'll run the clock out. We just want the ball. That's exactly what that timeout
is about. And I'll tell you what, each year these teams play, the other fans say those guys play dirty football, and they're pointed back and forth.
Before the whistle blows, you're live. I mean, you can't call a penalty, even though you may not like what's happening. You can't call a penalty when the ball's live and they're good hits.
Neerhoff that time, good run. And I'd say the fans up in arms about a couple of pops at the tail end of that the last play. And now the Muncy fans doing a lot of pointing about some of the hard hits put on as Eric Seagraves is he's waving toward the Muncy side. And boy, no love lost in this series here.
Yeah.
Montgomery trying to take their cracks because they want to loosen the football and get it back. The Indians want to run it out and win this game. They're up by 12 in the game. They are already held the Red Raiders once, trying to come back to cut it to 5. Now they've got the ball. Connor, bootleg right, rolls out. Jared Maurer, did he make the catch? He made the catch shy of the first down. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2 at the 48-yard line. And one more first down here might be your ball game here.
I'm not sure the ball game isn't over already. Montgomery needs 2 scores. It would really take a miracle. Montgomery's going to take a timeout.
I'll tell you, tonight this is what high school football is all about. They're into it, these Muncy Indian fans against the Red Raiders. And later this season, if things work out in our schedule, we'll be back here for the Muncy-Hughesville game, and that's also war. 3:14 left. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Let's pause. Subway, 7 subs, 6 grams of fat. We'll be back in 30. Down and 2. The Indians are yelling, "We are Muncy." Fumbled snap. It gets away from Connor. Not what they wanted to do. Boy, they've tough time with the exchange that time as the Indians fall on it, but now it's 4th down. And I'll tell you what, it's never over till it's over. Scott McLean says, guys, we get the first down. We run more clock. They may not get it back. Now they're going to have to get it back because they're going to punt the football away. Eric Seagraves has an 87-yard kick return that got the Red Raiders back in the game at 26-14 after they fell behind by 19 points in the game. They were down 26-7 when he carted one back 87 yards. And he wants to cart one back right now as the Muncy Indians are going to step back in the huddle. They delay the game. They're going to back it up 5 yards. And the clock ticked down to 2:25 left in the football game.
Good call. They're going to run as much time off the clock as they can. That 5 yards is not going to make a difference on this punt. So they run it down to 2:25. Montgomery needs 2 scores. It's going to take a miracle, Gary.
They need a big play to get back in here. And then hope to get it back one more time. But right now, Mike Connor, strong rush, nearly blocked. Good penetration that time by Fullerton. Seagraves with the ball. Seagraves gets popped and gets knocked down at the 28-yard line. Some gang tackling going on.
Seagraves brings the ball back to
Big
the 30-yard
hit by the Muncy
line,
Indians.
The Raiders will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Boy, I'll tell you, Muncy Indians getting down. We want to see it again.
Colby Way, number 83, was one guy that was down there.
Jeremy Gray got down there. Chris Camacho got down there in a hurry, and might want to double check that again. Let's take another look.
Here it is, almost blocked. You can see number 7 lays out, doesn't quite get it. Here's the catch. First hit right there, good hit. Is that Camacho?
I think it might have been Gray.
Yeah, it was Jeremy Gray.
Back to pass, incomplete, stopping the clock with 2:09 left. Double coverage put on by the Indian secondary that time as Camacho and company picking up the man out there. Camacho and also number 24, Brock Nierhoff, is back there. You put your best athletes in the football game defensively right now. Nierhoff's had a big game tonight again. 22 carries, 131 yards. He scored a pair of touchdowns in the football game.
I tell you, I'm impressed with both these teams, though. Good balance, good football game. There goes Seagraves.
Seagraves got the first down and out of bounds. Did he get out of bounds? Halleisen made the tackle. Not till he gets out to the 47-yard line. Big run by Eric Seagraves. So the Red Raiders aren't quitting yet. 2 minutes left in the ball game, but down by 12 here. You better get a big play and then get the ball back.
Well, Muncy wants to keep them inbounds, keep that clock running. The clock is their ally right now, and Montgomery knows that. They've got to get into the end zone. Then they may have a shot at an onside kick. But if Muncy takes possession, this game's over.
Here comes Kibbe, fullback.
By Kibbe on the
over the 50 out to the 48-yard line.
You got to go with a quick huddle here. Clock's running at 150, timeout, and that'll probably be Montgomery, and I think that may be their last timeout.
Timeout, post-game, if it holds up as it is right now. We'll be talking to the likes of certainly Mike Connor. Nate Messner had a huge game. Six catches, 98 yards, a pair of touchdowns. Aaron Sander had a big game for this football team. On the defensive side, a defensive end. And Brock Nierhoff, again, a big 100-yard gain. He's well over 600 yards on the year in 4 football games this year. Another shot at 1,000 yards for the Muncy Indians. But I tell you what, I'm really impressed also with Montgomery. Shane Kibbe, good quarterback, only a junior. He's got a great arm on him. Mike Kibbe ran tough in the middle for this football team tonight. Josh Quimby and company played tough on both sides of the ball. Andy DeLello, Nick Fullerton, right on down the list. Justin Hanford had some big plays.
On the carry,
Mike Kibbe, the fullback, rambles over the 40 down to the 35-yard line. So expecting the pass, doing it in the run. And then you get your...
As long as you get first downs, that stops that clock. Line up on the ball, don't let any time run.
No huddle offense with 1:45 left. Clock starts ticking again.
Kibbe downs the ball.
Kibbe spikes it. And the clock stops with 1:37. And you think right now, babe, he's going to have to go up top and try to get a 6-point score here and then hope they can recover an onside kick.
Yeah, you got to get into the end zone here quick. And there still is maybe enough time if you can get the onside kick. But again, I think if Muncy takes one more possession, it's all over. I'm not sure. I don't think Montgomery has any timeouts left.
Well, I tell you what, 96, Muncy won 7-6. 97, 34-31. Montgomery, a shutout win in 98. Last year, Montgomery won by 10. Thrown out here, intercepted. Robert Howison has the football, and the Indians are going to win this game. Nobody out there as he tried to throw deep. And the safety, Howison, made the grab to pull it in. And Muncy is going to get the old shoe trophy back again. 1:30 left of the football game. Here's another Fairfield replay.
Somebody's not on the same page here. That ball's thrown just way out to the outside. Had double coverage in that prevent defense. That was a fade pattern. Very difficult to complete when you have double coverage.
There's another timeout. We'll take a quick timeout again. Subway, remember, they've got 4 new rolls, 4 new sauces, and 8 new subs. Can't beat it at a Subway near you. We'll be back. 26-14, score of the football game. Muncy Indians trying to win back the old shoe trophy.
First and 10 with a 26-14 lead.
Homecoming, big dance after the ball game. They had the Indian Fest today, and what a great night for football as the knee goes down. And the clock is ticking with 1:25 left. Big game, standing room only, big crowd. Muncy and Montgomery, longtime rivals in the 40th anniversary of the Old Shoe legend for the Old Shoe Trophy. Started in 1961 when it was born then. Dick Dietz, George Sowers picked a shoe out of a pile of leftovers in the Muncy gym, and the tradition was born. The Muncy JCs handed bronze, and they placed on the trophy. They placed a shoe, and they give it to the school that won the rival football game each year. Muncy won it first 40 years ago, 27-22. They won the first 3 years, and then Montgomery came back and won the next 3, and on and on and on. Montgomery won last year. Muncy on the way to winning it this year as they take another delay a game and back it up. 2nd and 17 with 49 seconds left. And Mike Connor is going to put the knee down again. Connor had a great ball game. This senior was 15 out of 22 for 184 yards and a pair of touchdowns. The sophomore tight end tonight playing wideout, Nate Messner, had 6 catches coming into the ball game in 3 games. Tonight he caught 6 more for 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. His biggest put him on top to stay at the tail end of the second period, going into halftime. 45-yard catch. He later made one over the shoulder from 15 yards out.
All right, there's going to be one more snap. One more snap and this game's over. They're just going to let the clock run down here. They'll get a penalty, snap the ball game's over.
Another delay of count.
They're going to take another delay of game.
Cost them 5 more yards.
And we'll be back.
And with 9 seconds remaining.
9 seconds left. They're going to put the knee down, and this ball game is going to be pretty much over as we wrap it up. And Mike Connor is going to put the knee down. That's your ball game. And the Muncy Indians have won back the Old Shoe Trophy, 26-14 over Montgomery. We'll take a break. We'll be back. This has been the Fairfield Game of the Week. Fairfield post-game shows coming up next. Don't go away. Baron, happy Muncy Indians. They have won the Old Shoe Trophy back from Montgomery, 26-14. And I'll tell you, a tight game early in the game, some 4th down stands by both teams. It was a 7-6 ball game, and then a huge play. Mike Connor, after a Sander fumble recovery, hits Messner for the touchdown. They go up at halftime, never look back. Guys, congratulations. Brock Nierhoff is with us, and Brock over 100 yards again tonight. Huge win anytime you beat the Red Raiders.
Yeah, it is. I just have to give all my credit to my offensive line. I mean, they pounded on the summer, and they hit the weights hard. And it really pays off up front when you have holes to run. And I got my big fullback here, Jared, man. He just opens up the holes for me. I'm thankful that I have that line and that big bull up front.
Pair of touchdowns, 34-yard run, a key one that helped really put the stamp of approval for the Indians and win this game. Jared Maurer did it on both sides of the ball, defensively at linebacker and also doing it at fullback. And tonight, blocking, running the football, and I know you're one of the team leaders. You've got to feel good about this win, getting the shoe back.
Yeah, this was good.